example, hypothetical scenario that your house is on fire and the fireman comes to your house. What kind of performance do you expect from him? Do you expect hit and miss, or you expect consistent success in putting the fire under control? You want someone who has done it consistently in other situations. You probably don't want someone opening up instruction manual, searching Google what to do on those situations. You want fast, proven, reliable performance from the person who simply does not fail just when it was a turn of your house. You want somebody who is already proficient, already proven it reliably and consistently. That's professional proficiency. That's what you expect from a fireman when the fireman comes to your house. Imagine that you ask your fireman, "Are you sure you can put out the fire?" And he replies, "Sorry, sir, ma'am, I'm still getting better at using water hose, but I'm good at breaking the door." Breaking the door using the water hose is the task. But what is the job? Job is to put off the fire. So you want who can do the complete job, putting out the fire. You don't care whether or not this person is master of every single thing. But what you care is, he can do the job or not. Can he deliver what he's hired for? So the professional proficiency is for the entire job role, not the measure of individual skill, task, or activities. Now, job has hundreds of tasks that you need to produce. Does it mean that you need to be proficient in each and every single task in order to be called as proficient? That's the answer we're going to get. Now, let's translate it to your job. Example, customer service manager. His job is to handle customer complaints, and his job is to deliver customer satisfaction score 95% consistently. That is the proficiency. Never let that score drop. You can be a very, very proficient manager if you're keeping that score, but you may be a terrible people manager. Your team may not be happy with you. You may not be proficient in the task of managing your team, but you are proficient in the job for which you are being hired. So now the question comes in, if I need to learn for my job, should I really worry about these smaller tasks? Or should I worry about what the job is meant for? Most of the time, people gear us into different training courses, making us learn these smaller things. You go into this course, become a better people manager. But the real thing here is you can be a great proficient manager if you keep delivering that 95% customer satisfaction score. That is your success criteria. So it has to be at the job level. Even if there are several different sections of your job, you may not be proficient yet. You see the difference? The proficiency is related to a job, what you're supposed to deliver, not itsy-bitsy component of that job. The point of this one is how your proficiency is going to get measured. Is your proficiency getting measured whether or not you can guide and coach your people and whether you can handle the concern effectively or not? Or your job is being measured whether or not you satisfied the customer. See the point? The proficiency definition, the way I was going to be measured, is linked up to the outcomes of the job, not the inputs of the job. Here is the paradigm shift. Most of the time, we are made to think in terms of inputs. Inputs are, you need to be a good team manager. You need to be a good people manager. You need to be able to address their concern. You should be able to coach them. You should be able to handle other systems at your job. These are all inputs. Yes, managing your people is an important part. That's your input. The quality of input determines output as well. But that is only one factor in the overall job. There are several other things. If you are not good in that one input, it doesn't mean that you are not still able to produce output. You can still be able to produce great output. And that has been the historical model where we made to go to each constituent skills or part and worry about those. We focus too much on inputs. In a given job, how many inputs you might have? we tend to go after it and try to learn all of those inputs, and we get overwhelmed. And that's one of the challenge you have is you got so much to learn, so much to become good at. You got so much content, you got so many skills, you got so many tasks, but all of those are inputs. The biggest problem right now is that we are given so much and we feel we need to master every single thing to become good at the output. But in reality, what you need to learn is how to produce fast on the output side. The moment you focus on output, many of these inputs will become insignificant, or you will see it has no relationship with the output. As I said, you can be a great customer service manager, keeping the score of 95%, but you still can be a terrible people manager. There is no relationship sometimes, or there is a very weak relationship. The moment you say, okay, I'm going to be focusing on how fast I can produce 95% score consistently month over month, now it's a different discussion. Now we are not talking about you becoming a great team member or great team manager. We are not talking about you learning a system. We're talking all about your 95% customer satisfaction scores. So discussion is different. Do you think your manager really cares how fast you can learn a content? Do you think he really cares that how fast you become good in a skill? All he cares is how fast you become good in delivering what a job is supposed to deliver. And in management language, those are KPIs. So if you know what is the KPI that defines the proficiency in your job, you know what exactly you're going to need to produce. And then you focus only on those relevant inputs. Figuring out the inputs that produces the output is the key part of speeding learning to proficiency. You can focus only on those critical inputs and accelerate learning of those inputs, not everything. The proficiency model says shift your focus from input to output. So the goal of learning at workplace is making you proficient in what you do consistently, repeatedly, and reliably.